Hello, everyone, and welcome to ReelQuick, episode 66. Shout out Cars and Route 66. Bad trilogy. We are going to be doing a Q&A episode today, and we are going to be going over our patrons' questions. One of our tiers or perks of being a Patreon, you can ask us questions to answer in this Q&A episode. So we're going to be going through those from what our patrons have requested. If you haven't seen it already, ReelTokPodcast.com. Get all your merch, Barbenheimer merch. All these hats the three of us are wearing are all ReelTok Podcast merch. We got 2 sweatshirts of ReelTok on. We got Seth and the Barry Lyndon inspired ReelTok designs. We got tons of cool stuff on there. Go check it out, and go check out our Patreon in the description below, of course. But let's jump right in. Let's start answering our patrons' questions. So first off, we are going to go with... Okay, so I'll do this one because I already have one in mind. So what's the best movie you've seen that the other 3 people haven't? So like a movie that only you've seen that you want all of us to watch, but we haven't yet. I'll go first since that one might take you guys a quick little investigating. But for me, I'll go with Safety Last. It's from 1923, so 100 years ago, silent film. I think it's hysterical. I think the set pieces, I still don't know how they were able to do it 100 years later. It's on Max for anyone listening, if you want to watch it. And in general, Max is like the go-to place for a lot of classic movies. Like they have dozens and dozens of movies, like pre-1950s even. They have so many old short films, old movies, silent movies. So Max just has a really deep library. But if I had to pick one, I'd go Safety Last. And hopefully I just ate up enough airtime to get you all to think of something. It doesn't have to be like your highest rated, but it's something you know that none of us have vlogged that you want us to see. So whoever's got one, take it away.
Whoever wants to.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, I got one.
I'll go just recent because I watched it recently for the first time and it just became one of my favorite films ever. It's on my Letterboxd favorites list. That's Danny Boyle's Sunshine, the science fiction film I watched.
I think I've seen that. I'll be honest.
You don't have it logged.
Yeah, true.
I think that counts.
So I'm not changing my answer, but I'm gonna go with Sunshine. That blew me away. If you read a lot of the reviews on Letterboxd, the last 45 minutes are very, very hit or miss for a lot of people. I absolutely loved it. I think it took the movie to a level of ambition that we just very rarely see in science fiction, or at least see with that amount of risk taking. And I absolutely loved it. Score, I've been listening to like crazy lately. So I would love for you guys to get around to watching that, just because I would want to see how much the ending either makes or breaks the movie for you. Because for me, it made it. One of my best friends watched it a week ago. It absolutely broke the movie for him. So I'd be curious to see where you guys land on that.
I might watch that this week. I actually want to watch that again, to be fair. If I have watched it, I do want to.
Seth, you got one, or do you want me to go?
You can go. I've got one, but you can go as well.
Up until this week, it would have been Fallout, but I think my only 5 out of 5 that none of you have seen is
All the President's Men.
Oh, All the President's Men. It's a great movie. I didn't even think of that, but yeah,
I thought of that immediately for you.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, All the President's Men is great, but also Promising Young Woman. Have you guys watched that?
Yeah, I have a
I
logged.
have not.
You've been
saying you have a log
to me since.
Yeah, I say it's good. That's my 5 out of 5. Crawl. I thought of that immediately, but I don't think you guys will think it's great. And then also another one I thought of is The Death of Stalin, which is like a satirical comedy of Stalin. Yeah. It's hilarious. I love it.
Is that wait, did the Coen brothers make that? No.
It's Armando Iannucci.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Hassi's or whatever it's called. Not that.
Yeah, so those are a couple good ones that I enjoy.
Seth?
Yeah, I'll be honest, there's fucking loads, and you guys will never watch them anyway, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably have a list of 50.
Yeah, I have a lot. I'll suggest one that I think, especially George, I think would enjoy, maybe Tyler, actually. I'll go with my favorite David Lynch film, because I'm picking one where I think you actually would watch it, and that's Lost Highway, what I watched a few months ago for the first time, and it just blew me away. And it's weird, and it's David Lynch surrealist cinema at its best. And I think George and Tyler would enjoy it. I'd be keen to see Cam's thoughts. I don't know if he'd love it. But have you guys watched much Lynch? George, I know you've watched a couple, haven't you?
A couple, but no, I wouldn't call myself
a Lynch expert.
Wouldn't call yourself
I don't think so.
a Lynch fan.
You guys need to get on him, man. He's if
I
he's
really
in my
do,
top 5
yeah.
filmmakers now, to be honest.
I've added all of these to my watch list.
It is weird, Joy, how you are, because I feel like if there's someone in this podcast who's gonna like David Lynch, it's you, 100%.
I don't dislike the movies I've seen from him, except for Dune, but
Yeah, but that's fucking like, who cares about
Yeah.
but yeah, Lost Highway, I'll go with that. There's a few, but that's the main one I think of.
All right. By the way, that was recommended by Rocco 1.0. That was his question, so I suck it. I'll be good from now on to mention who recommended the question. So, Jonas BBX asks, what cologne do we fancy? And I personally use Calvin Klein 1, I think is what it is, and Riley loves the smell of it, so there's literally no need to ever get a new one. It's just anytime that runs out, just Calvin Klein 1 again. It's like,
I'll be honest.
once you get one, that works. You don't need to change it up.
I only use ones that are bought for me. I don't even know what brand it is. I don't care. I would never. You know how people spend like hundreds of pounds or dollars on like a bottle? I don't give a fuck, man. Like I use whatever I get for Christmas or birthdays because I usually get something. I don't really care what it is. I don't know what it is.
I don't know how you're going to receive this, but I don't use cologne.
I don't use cologne either.
I hate
it.
I use it maybe like a few times a year because it's there.
I think the scents are just so strong, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a cologne.
Yeah, they're
guy.
like overwhelming scents.
I'm not a cologne guy. Sorry
for that answer. That is a really shit answer from all of us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jonas. I guess the only real talk approved cologne, I guess, is Calvin Klein 1. This is the only one.
Yeah, good call, Tyler. Good work.
Dylan Ship asks, what's an artist, so like a musical artist we each listen to that people wouldn't necessarily expect us to listen to? So obviously I know like we've been vocal about artists we like, so I think there's certain ones that people know that we're fans of, but what's one people wouldn't expect? I'm going to kick it over to Cameron.
Can you say the question again? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm only
a musical artist you listen to that people might not expect you would.
He only listens to folk.
So, like, we all know Dua Lipa. You're a huge fan. But who's someone you stand that you
Dua
haven't
Lipa,
talked about
of
once?
course. I mean,
I
don't know. I think I've mentioned it a couple times, but I'm just a massive country fan. So I would listen to like
That's not surprising.
Yeah, Zach Bryan and Thomas or Morgan Wallen, Thomas Rhett, all that jazz. But consistently, who I listen to
Bluey
that is
soundtrack
outside of country. I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks. I'll be honest about that. But maybe like I also like, I don't know why I listen to a lot of EDM. So not like anything crazy like electric, but like more so like I literally can't think of any EDM artists right now, but a lot of give me more. I can't think of anything.
Steve Aoki.
Please,
I don't know.
I like
Diplo.
Steve Aoki. I do. Here, I have a not country playlist, so please hold. A lot of Martin Garrix. Oh, I like Quinn 92.
Quinn 92.
I like him a lot. Yeah, I like Khalid a lot. I think he's great. Yeah, sure. Zed, there's another one that I listen to a lot. I'm a big AJR fan as well. So there's kind of my music taste in a nutshell, I guess. A lot of Hosier and
yeah. I listen to Hosier. I like Hosier.
Yeah, he's great, man. Yeah. Lumineers, they're great. Yeah.
A lot of people are always
not a rap guy.
Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know why, like always think like I'm just a hip hop rap guy, which is not true. So they're always very surprised to know that I listen to like mostly like indie stuff, like Lumineer.
Cam was furious at your answer. He hates your music taste, bro.
He loves hip hop. He's a huge.
Cam hated my answer so much he had to fucking leave the call. What did you,
George? It's funny.
Did you hate my answer that much?
That's so funny.
My connection just died. Sorry,
George. I always took you as like the classic, like the 70s, 80s artist. That's always what I thought your main was.
Yeah,
it's literally everyone's just always surprised to find out that I love like indie rock, indie folk, Vance Joy. I
like Vance Joy.
Yeah, the Lumineers, Mountain Joy. I love Taylor Swift's Evermore as well
Taylor
as
Swift
folklore.
bangs.
Yeah, Taylor Swift bangs. The Avett Brothers. Yeah, a lot of people are always just surprised to find out that I like slower, more relaxed, calming music. I'll toss Arctic Monkeys on there. I'll toss Phoebe Bridgers on there. Yeah, that's my answer.
Seth?
Okay.
I mean, what do you guys think I'd listen to? I don't really know what's surprising.
Yeah, I guess almost anything.
Hans Zimmer is kind of all I got for you.
Yeah.
So I listen to,
but that's not surprising.
No, you're a big rap guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a big
like hip-hop
old
rap
school rap, new rap. I listen to a lot of drill.
Drill. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what drill is?
Nope.
You're so white. It's
I
unbelievable.
know. I'm too white. I know.
I'll go. I think surprising would be like a lot of bands, I guess, because people know me as listening to a lot of rap. I listen to a lot of Coldplay. I listen to Linkin Park. I listen to Bring Me the Horizon, which is a formed in Sheffield. They're great. I listen to a lot of Oasis. I listen to Hosier again.
Yeah.
I do like Hosier
Dude,
a lot.
bangs.
I think those are the surprises. I listen to like indie bands as well, but mainly it's rap, and I listen to a lot of house as well.
You're telling me Love Sosa is drill? I love this.
Well, no, because there's a difference in drill.
That's what Wikipedia tells me.
You know, that is. Love Sosa was the American drill, then there's like the UK drill. I listen to more of the UK side of things.
That makes sense.
It's mainly gym stuff. It's mainly stuff that gets me going at the gym more than anything, which is like drill and house and stuff. But I listen to I listen to everything, pretty much everything.
Not to interrupt our Q&A, but a little bit of movie news just dropped. Olivia Colman has been officially cast in Paddington 3.
That was dropped yesterday. I forgot
dropped
that.
yesterday.
That's my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. Because same with a lot of other people were. What's her name? Rachel Zegler is in it,
and the main mom is not returning. So
and Paul King is in return as well. I think. Yeah, that's his name.
So they're kind of like basically a new cast almost.
Paddington to Peru.
Paddington in Peru, yes. So the one I guess I don't know if I'm like super vocal about it, is like Billie Eilish is like, I'm a huge Billie Eilish fan. Every single album, every song. I'm obsessed with Billie Eilish. But other than that,
Billie Eilish.
I don't listen to a ton of music, honestly. I'm always kind of listening to podcasts. So, but yeah,
Jay Beebs is great too. If you don't like Jay Beebs,
I don't like the modern stuff as much, but. Like,
really?
Which generation JBs? That's the question.
The modern stuff, like anything post. What's the one that's like I think it's Purpose. What about the children? That one.
When was that? Oh yeah, no.
The whole 2015 album I really liked.
Ages ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Damn, that's his last album.
No, he did Justice in 2021.
Oh yeah, Justice. I was looking at the wrong thing. All I saw was it. He's got Changes, Purpose.
He doesn't do any music anymore, does he? Jesus Christ,
he does some singles like Peaches, like last year, but
Peaches out in Georgia.
Next question, Tad and Bougie asks: if we were all invited to a cookout with friends, what dish are you bringing? What's your go-to? What do you
dish?
Like if everyone's bringing some food, do like a cookout, a barbecue. What are you bringing? I'm bringing jalapeno poppers. I love that side, and I love making them. It's like a jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese, wrapped in bacon, spicy, delicious. Jalapeno poppers. What I'm bringing to the cookout.
I'm showing up for it. Go Cam, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say whatever Emma tells us we're making. I got no clue.
If I'm not bringing like snacks, like bags of Doritos or something, I'm gonna bring some Greek dish, maybe like a tray of souvlaki or like some spanakopita or something. Yeah, I would definitely go to Greek.
I love Greek food, man. It's so good.
Yeah, Greek
food. We're doing like we're grilling today. It's just like with Emma's friends, and all I know how to make is like burgers and hot dogs on the grill. So she's got everything else. I've got the main stuff.
Yeah, I'll back off what Karen said. I'll just bring meat because that's
meat. That's all I know.
Manly, isn't it? It's easy.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Or I'd bring like a nice vegetable tray. I'm a big vegetable guy, like some cucumbers, green onion, or green peppers. I mean, like maybe some carrots, ranch, celery.
That's easy to just like buy at the store too and pre-made and just bring it.
I love a good vegetable plate, man. Those are the best.
Seth, did you answer? Yeah.
He said
me. Yeah, I just said
okay.
Me. I don't know.
All right, this next one, rapid fire. Jordan Gag asks, favorite kind of cheese. Name one, top of your head. Cam, go. Quick.
Mozzarella. I don't like cheese.
Can I have context?
I don't like cheese. What's wrong with you?
You don't like cheese?
It just says favorite kind of cheese.
What do you mean you don't like cheese?
I don't like cheese, all right? I'm
really weird. Are you lactose intolerant or are you just weird?
No, I just don't like cheese.
God.
I like mozzarella. I like
I don't like cheese, but you like Quantumania?
I want the sharpest cheddar out there. I want to slice my fingers. It's so sharp, just like something ripe and sharp, aged cheddar.
Is this eating on its own?
Just whatever you think of it. Just a favorite kind of cheese. That's it.
You can only pick one cheese for the rest of your life.
It'd probably be
mozzarella.
One rest of my life, but on its own, really, really mature cheddar. Or blue
I'm
cheese,
picking-
you know, blue cheese.
I'm
Is
picking
good.
Brother
W.
all
The
day.
funkier the cheese, the better.
The moldier, the better. Yeah, they are a bit
No,
weird.
stop.
W.
Do you like blue
Huge
cheese,
W.
George? I think
Blue cheese is
pretty good.
fantastic. The crumbles alone,
Yeah,
I could just munch.
Charlie,
on
you
them.
have very exquisite taste buds. I like it.
Thank
You're
you,
all
thank
awful.
you.
You're horrible people.
Okay,
You're just childish taste buds. You don't like
Yeah,
cheese.
we're basically just figuring out like how white I am this week. Like how
How white
mid-
American you are.
yeah.
Josh Hines asked for Cam and Tyler specifically, but anyone can answer. When you first started rating movies out of 100 or on a 10-point scale, how did you start out doing it without any real reference points to other movies? For me, it's quite simple. It's just the same as you just wing it. Like I just started doing it. I've changed ratings a ton later, either rewatch or just as I rate more movies. Like at this point, my spreadsheet has so many movies that I can pretty much figure out exactly where I want to piece in a movie. But like you said, when you start, for me, it's just you just wing it. Like it's not that serious. It's just a number value you're assigning to a movie. And then once I get, 200 movies deeper, I can be like, oh, that shouldn't be that high or that shouldn't be that low. Tweak it, move it up. But yeah. It's not
I have
that
no
crazy.
strategy. It's just thoughts. That's really what it is.
I always say now, I know if a movie's a 7, for my personal taste, I know if a movie's a 70, 80, 90 kind of thing, that general basis. And then after that, I just kind of go, for the most part, I'll look at movies this year and then I'll go to movies around that number. So I start oh, this is worse than this movie and less than that. Where's that number? And then I'll just throw a number at it from there. But when I started with a lot of comic book movies. Obviously, that's what, and so I kind of knew where I wanted those, and so that gave me at least a basis of 20 movies kind of thing. For a long while, I had the Avengers, the original, at 100 out of 100. So that's me. But
what do you have it on, a 97 or something?
90.
Okay.
So it's dropped a good enough, I guess. But I still think it's awesome. I still really enjoy it. But yeah, I started with 20 movies of I knew the general idea and then just did exactly what I just said. It's better or worse than this, and constantly update.
Yeah. What's funny is I found as I've gotten further into rating movies that I underrated most movies I watched initially as opposed to overrating. I feel I found I was way too harsh on this. I should move it up. And there's still some I probably should too. Like The Shining.
I think I was.
Yeah, I was
I'd probably still overrate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Surprisingly, because
I
I think most people would probably tend to overrate things and lower them down. But for me, I found I was damn, was I in a terrible mood? The second movie I ever rated, I give a 5.2, and it's I'm that's at 7.5. What am I doing here?
I think me and George had the same. When I started using Letterboxd just over a year ago, I watched
I was dishing out 5 stars.
every critically acclaimed film. I'm I didn't love this, but I kind of have to give it 5 stars. And I'm
that's how I felt too.
Yeah,
that's why when we were going through the ReelTok collection, I lowered so many movies from a 5 to a 4.5, from a 4.5 to a 5. When I started Letterboxd, my graph was just loaded with 5s and 4.5s.
Mine's loaded with 4.5 still, but
your
I'm happy with it.
4.5 on your graph, Cam, is so much higher, isn't it? It's because it fits in.
Cam's graph's almost like a half pipe because he has so many 0.5s also.
Yeah, he's got a ton of 0.5.
I need 2 more. I need 2 more to get to the 100.
Sean Morales asks or says, "My girlfriend is heartless," which bonkers way to start out a question you're asking. I feel
Wild.
My girlfriend
is what?
Yeah.
That's how she doesn't listen to.
Sean Morales says, "My girlfriend is heartless and can't cry at any show or movie regardless of how sad or emotional. Please give her a sad movie recommendation to make her break. I love her, by the way."
The Elephant Man.
Hilarious question.
I'm really happy he clarified that final part.
Yeah, I love her, by the way. So Seth says Elephant Man. I'll say About Time because not only do I think it's super sad, there's much sadder movies out there, but I think it'd be a movie she would enjoy watching too, and not just be a Manchester by the Sea, which might not going to be everyone's favorite movie. George, what do you got?
I'll give a TV show. Just watch The Bear. The Bear season 2 made me cry or at least tear up.
Really, I didn't know that was
times,
a sad show.
They're. I mean, the Bear tackles a lot of hard hitting themes of depression and trauma and family history, and there's a lot of really beautiful character moments, especially in season 2, that really had me bawling my eyes out.
I'm going with Marley and Me because if that doesn't make you cry, I don't know what will. It's the most depressing movie I've ever seen.
We just got a couple more.
Or of course,
Schindler's
Avengers
List?
Endgame. I tear up at a lot of movies. I've cried at 4. I think the number is right.
In Marvel's one of them.
Avengers Endgame, man, watch that.
We have 3 more questions we're gonna get through. So one is, So one's for Seth and George, 'cause I don't think Cam and I would have any experience with this. So where do you actually buy Comic-Con tickets? So it sounds like Stefan Johnson. Not sure where you guys get them. He says he says, also clarifies, he says there's just so many websites out there selling them, and I don't know which ones to trust. So I know you might have got them provided to you, but do you guys know where to get them?
So
yeah, I got mine provided to me.
Yeah, so I applied for a creator thing, but I think you can just use the comic book at the CBM. They have an official site, at least the London one. I'm sure they all do, where you can buy tickets direct. I'd probably do that rather than buying them from a third party most of the time. Really.
Yeah, I would buy them if I were to. Yeah, my ticket last year was provided, so I didn't have to go through like purchasing.
Yeah.
But if I were to buy, I think I would go straight through the New York City Comic-Con website as opposed to like a third party like Vivid Seats.
I think you can get it from the website directly. That's what I went through.
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, you can. You can get it from the website directly. I'm just saying that's the route I would take as opposed to like ticketsonsale.com or Vivid Seats or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go rapid fire through this one. So Luke Deerhog asks, do you think Nosferatu will be Robert Eggers' best film? So we'll start with Seth. I know you're super excited for it. I think me and you are the only ones who've seen the original. But do you think it'll be Robert Eggers' best film? Yes or no?
Oh, no, because I love The Lighthouse and The Witch too much. No idea.
George, do you think this will be his best film?
I mean, I'm kind of with Seth just because of how highly I hold The Lighthouse. I hope it's his best film because that means I have another 5 out of 5 star film to add to my Letterboxd greatest of all time list. But
big expectation.
No, I don't know if it's going to top The Lighthouse for me personally.
Cam.
Sure. I'm not going to watch The Witch, so I'm not going to watch The Witch.
Have you seen the other two? His other two? You've seen both Lighthouse and Northman?
Yeah, I've seen The Northman, obviously. I don't have The Lighthouse rated, but I've definitely watched at least 90% of it on either clips or like video. So I've never watched it. I've never sat down and watched it, but I've definitely watched like 90%.
I think you'd be fine.
I'm never going to watch The Witch. Sorry.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes. It'll be his best film. I think, The Witch and The Lighthouse were early on, even though they were great. Whereas The Northman, I think, was trying to get a little more broad appeal in the first two movies. And it seems like there's just like a pet project of his that he's really passionate about. So sure, I'll say it'll be his best film. And that's mainly just because I don't hold it Lighthouse as highly as Seth and George. So it's not as hard of a hurdle for me as it is.
Actually, you've seen it, to be honest. Fair enough.
Yeah. So then we got our final question of the day from Mac Wells. If each of you had to pick one world from any film you've ever seen to live in, what film's world and why? And we will start with George.
I am picking the Oasis from Ready Player One, which is the virtual reality world.
I kind of knew you'd pick that. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I could. You could do literally whatever you want. You could be whoever you want. Why would you not pick that? If anyone picks something stupid like Middle Earth, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
Stop. You would die in a heart.
No, well, listen, hear me out. I'll pick the Shire because I know it's like
you still have the threat.
No, you don't, because Frodo's not there. I'm replacing his house. Right, the ring isn't Bilbo's. The ring isn't there. The Nazguls aren't coming. The Shire, chill, lovely, delightful. Yeah.
I don't know.
Spirited Away. The bath, whatever it's called. I really like that. I think it's cute as fuck. I'll go with that.
I'd like to pick Gotham City, the safest city in the world.
Yeah, man. There's so much going on there. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna take just the world from. We'll just go the world from Moneyball. Just real life. I'm happy living here.
That is the worst answer ever.
Bro, are you kidding me?
Just happy with my life. But if I weren't gonna take that, I would maybe take the universe where souls are in Soul. I feel like that's a happy little place.
That's cool.
Yeah, for me, honestly, like I could think of a secondary answer, but for me, it's the Oasis from Ready Player One. I started watching that or rewatching that again last night.
Thank you.
That's my number one. I can't really think of something that strongly want to be a part of.
The only correct answer.
You'd want to live in this Shire, George. You know you would. That shit's cute.
No, I don't. One, I'm not as short as you.
Hey, really an inch apart, boy.
I know.
Maybe if I had a secondary answer, I'll go just like olden time, like early Hollywood. Let's do Babylon. I'll live there. Those parties look hype.
Sure.
And that'll do it for our Q&A episode. Thank you to all the patrons for submitting your questions. And if you want to submit questions for next month, it's check out our Patreon down below. We have all kinds of good stuff at all kinds of different tiers. We also have been updating it to make it so the lower tiers and every single tier actually just gets more and more benefits out of the Patreon. So go check it out. Link in the description, as well as ReelTokPodcast.com for all the fresh merch. And with that, we will see you tomorrow in our next ReelQuick episode, which will be a draft in episode 67. So we will see you then.